Welcome to today's episode of Car Confessions. Today we are talking about how we get stuck in our own stories. So I know right off the bat that sounds a little bit woo-woo, and I mean it is, but I think a lot of people need a little bit more woo-woo in their life. I was listening to a podcast today and it sort of helped bring my thoughts together for this video. I've known all week sort of what I wanted to talk about, but that podcast really sort of helped me solidify how to say it, and that is with how we get stuck in our stories. I've been going to the osteopath for a few months. I was going initially because I was having a problem with my ear after I had my cold. My ear got blocked and it didn't seem to want to clear. I was also going because I have some issues with my hip as a result of surgery I had when I was a teenager. I had a 10-pound ovarian tumor. They removed that as well as the ovary and fallopian tube on that side, and there's a lot of scar tissue and trauma down there because of it. So I've got a little bit of some physiological problems with my hip. Nothing super serious, but I figured after 20 years I should get it taken care of. Anyhow, so I was there for that and also for the ear. And I find it so fascinating because I also have problems with my nose, specifically this nostril. I got hit in the face with a hockey puck when I was a teenager. And so I've always just said, you know what, I think I have a deviated septum from that injury because it hit me right on the nose. So this nostril, I've never been able to breathe very well out of it. And then every time I fly, this ear gets clogged, gets a slight perforation, gets retracted eardrum, whatever. And I've been to the doctor about it. One doctor thought I needed to have tubes put in my ear. Another doctor suggested I might need to have whatever that terrible thing is called where they fix your nose. And frankly, neither of those sounded very delightful to me. So I just said, you know what? That's just the way it is. And that is the way life is. Guess what? That's not the way that either of those things have to be, even without surgery. My ear isn't 100% better, but it is so much better. My nose, we're still working on it, but it is getting better. One day after an appointment, I could breathe through this nostril for a full 24 hours, which I have not been able to do since I was like 16. My hip is getting so much better, even though I have this clunk in it that I've had for years and years and years, and I just decided that's just the way it is. I just have a clunk in my hip. Whatever. I was getting stuck in my own stories. Those are two examples of just physical things, but how we get stuck in our own stories. And everybody has their own stories that they've told themselves for so long that they now believe that they are fact. They could be things about their physical body, something about the mental story that you're telling you about yourself, about struggles that you have over and over again. And you know what? That's just the way it's always going to be. That's just the way it is. I'm just going to accept it because that's the way it has to be. I'm going to challenge you on that. So the next time you catch yourself thinking or saying that something is the way it is because that's the way it has to be, stop. Ask yourself if you've really tried all of the things to see if that really is fact, or are you just getting stuck in your own story? Sometimes it is fact. If one of your fingers got cut off in an accident and you now have 3 fingers and a thumb, that's not a story. That is fact. But if you were saying that you are always going to be in debt because you are just destined to struggle for your entire life, that doesn't have to be a fact. That's what I want you to think about the next time you catch yourself saying something as though it's fact. Is it fact? Or is it a story that you're stuck in? That's what I'm going to leave you with for today because I'm sweating buckets in this here car. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm hoping to get enough work done to have a long weekend this weekend. So fingers crossed there. And I will talk to you guys next week.